when another panelist raised her hand and interrupted me. Kojo, this job is about solving problems, and you have never even had a problem. That shut me up. Now, I had walked into this interview with my head in the clouds, filled with unassailable confidence that I deserved the job and would therefore get it. I believed I deserved it, so I was simply showing up to ask for it. To be told that I hadn't the requisite experience stopped me in my tracks somewhat, but over time, I've come to realize that the job market is pretty much a perfect reflection of life. Before status comes experience. In church the other Sunday, the preacher reminded me of the story of Moses. After accidentally killing an Egyptian who was flogging a Hebrew, Moses became an outcast among his own people. So he went off into the wilderness where he dwelled for many years. By the time he saw the burning bush and returned to Egypt to fulfill his destiny and free his people from Pharaoh, Moses was 80 years old and had acquired decades of valuable desert survival experience. No wonder he was able to lead his people through the wilderness to the promised land. My dear friend, many of us are in the wilderness right now. Our lives are one massive, never-ending problem. We are struggling despite our best efforts, and everyone tells us that our breakthrough is around the corner, but let's be honest, we need that breakthrough right now, this week, this month, by the end of this year, because we have suffered, because we deserve it. We look to God for a miracle to take us out of our life of hardship and bring us to a place of prosperity. Every morning we wake up and start our day with a prayer. Then we open our eyes and our debts are still there, our bills, our nagging wife, our lazy husband, our hungry children, our faulty car, our stressful job, our abusive boss, our vindictive colleagues. We pray and pray, but the life we seek to escape from is right there waiting when we open our eyes. So we start to wonder whether God will ever answer our prayers. But what we don't realize is that the stress of our present situation is actually the first part of the answer to our prayers. Before you are recruited for success, you need a strong CV of problem-solving experience, and you can't have that without ever having problems. We want our lives to change because we deserve it, but our lives will only change when we are prepared for it. Now, the beauty of it is that there's no set formula of how soon your CV will be complete. You don't know on which date you will finally be prepared. Moses came into his destiny after he turned 80, but David came into his when he turned 15. When he declared that he would fight Goliath, King Saul took one look at him and shook his head. Hey, you're just a boy. This guy is going to eat you for breakfast. But David was not afraid. Your Majesty, with all due respect, you don't know what I've been through. I've been tending to my father's sheep alone in the wilderness for years. I've fought lions and bears and killed them with a single stone. I'm ready for this guy. You know, sometimes I think of some of the hardships our nation has gone through, from, the independence struggle to the various coups and curfews to, the famine of 93 to doomsday and COVID-19. And I can't help but wonder whether all these have not come our way to teach us resilience. The question is, did we learn? I guess we will find out. My dear friend, the problems you're facing today are part of the answer to your prayers. If God will not expose you to a temptation that you're not equipped to face, He certainly won't expose you to a blessing that you're not qualified to receive. Before status comes experience. Before success comes problems. Before rewards come toil. Before the promised land comes the wilderness. My name is Joy99.7FM, and I'm thankful for my problems. They herald my blessings. Good morning, Ghana.
Sarah, they come me wink one day. Some Messiah come me wink one day. I hear why you come me wink one day.
Hello and welcome to Joy99.